Disclaimer, if you are sensitive to ramming, you may want to switch off right now. Right now, seriously. It's... Put it this way, we've ran out of lobster this week. Because the amount of dirty, aggressive ramming that has been going on has been some of the worst that I've ever seen. Race C has such a good potential with mixed strategy, but unfortunately, I've seen it in all DR. DR A+, A, B, which is what you're currently watching, C. The driving standards have dropped so much that you're either elbows out or you're off the track. Turn 1, what a beautiful sight. Oh, we have a little touch there, nothing too serious. It's fine, we all made it out. We're good. 2 races this week for you to watch. This race is quite mild, but it tells a story. So I had to include it. The second race. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, we've got King John III in front of us here. I didn't know you were into Gran Turismo. Where are you king for? Oh, king of self-murder. Oh, that's... right on board with King John. Oh, it's an absolute self-murder. And he took some people with him, but thankfully they got away. Meanwhile, I'm having a lovely time with an orange right behind me. We are on hards, so we're going to stop on lap 1. The Nissan was fantastic for this strategy. Definitely one of the stronger cars on tyre wear. Look at that. Clean air. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, we've skipped laps and people are pitting. We've got Igor, the Porsche, coming out of the pit lane now. He is a very big part of this story tonight, kids. A very big part. I think I've raced him before and I don't think we've had any sort of issues, but oh my god. Literally, it got bad. Lip gloss was thrown out. I was told to make a sandwich. Anyway, I goes go down the inside here. I'm going to squeeze a little bit, but he makes the move. And I'm thinking this is a clean driver. He probably is a clean driver, he's just raging. But the problem is, he wasn't quick enough to get away. So I was just hovering behind him, losing valuable time. No offence, but I was stuck right behind you a lot of it, which sucks. Anyway, we've got Orba. Had to take a penalty. Promotes us to P10. Oh, the scenes. And then unfortunately the Porsche ends up with a penalty. And that pops me ahead into P8. As the king, what were you doing? Oh, you tricked me good. You tricked me good. I thought you were going to pit. Oh. I bet I got you lot in the video as well. Thinking, oh, he's pitting. No. No, he's going to continue to activate Garden Simulator as we do. And what? Oh my god. The lag. Oh, are we going to get a run here? Now, this here would have been prime opportunity for the Porsche. Bump Draft Me will both get past him. However, he decides that 3 wide is the better option. Thankfully, I managed to get ahead of King John III. Sounds absolutely ridiculous saying that. We get pushed wide. Disgraceful, and I lose 2 places. Right on board with the Porsche. Now, it turns out that King John III, not a very tactical man, as well as this Porsche, because he went for a dive bomb here And that's what caused the Porsche to go into my rear end. However, whilst driving, I did not see that. As King John self-murders himself again. The king of self-murders. It's a sad time. Don't laugh. I can hear you all, by the way. Our garden simulator. Look, I've told you, garden simulator is very dangerous, okay? The 1.5 second penalty. The privilege of dying. Isn't that lovely? Oh, a good time. Anyway, P7. I caught up with these lot. Little did I know how murderous they were. I'm there. By this point, and you can start flashing me, I'm like, what, bruv, you've just like hit me before. Now you're turning into me. Raging. This was like, I think it was like my 10th race. I hadn't had a clean race all day. At all. Anyway, he gets the run. The Porsche is pretty rapid on the straights, and he tries to turn in when I'm there. Doesn't brake in time, and then I die. Now, listen, it wasn't entirely the Porsche's fault. However, I'm there. He like brakes. He moves under braking, and I just took my line, and then I get swiped up by Wreck's lava. And then the Porsche decides that Garden Simulator is better than GT7, which at the minute I'm kind of feeling like that is a possibility. And we catch up with him again. And then he goes for a self-murder because he's got wheel damage. Thankfully grabs it back. I'm right behind at this point. This was a bump draft, okay? Because I could see people were pitting. If we'd have fought each other, we wouldn't got out ahead of at least one. So I decided to bump draft him round here. Oh, it's poetry. Okay. Now listen. That contact did not send him off. I'm sorry. I don't even think I touched him. I got understeer, he got understeer, but he got really bad understeer and lost it. And then absolutely had an aneurysm. I got blamed for that. I got called a dirty driver. Let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, a successful race, really. P7. Oh, the scenes. My DR rating is absolutely horrific at the minute. Onwards. P8. Yes, look at my livery making skills. I know. I normally look really professional in these videos with my liveries, and it's because I don't make them. I am very blessed with great people with great talent who make me liveries. Now, this race... no one was clean. I'm not joking. No one. This race is probably the longest race I've ever put onto a video, because if I left a bit out, you wouldn't have the enjoyment. No one drove well. As we see the Nissan go for the send of the moment, and we get the move of the minute and up into P3. And then these two up ahead. Jono forgets what a brake pedal is, and the Porsche we've had some incidents with ends up collecting his death. Very unfair penalty, I would say, for the Porsche, because it wasn't his fault. Look at Ray going for... Oh, look at that. It's like bowling, isn't it? This is VR Rick, everyone. Rick, I'm so sorry you're in my video again. I did give you a warning. I apologise. The driving. Honestly, you can't... Look at this. How beautiful. Where do you get this shit anywhere else? Look at that. If he's in your way, just keep ramming him. Just, there you go, look at that. Position gained. Isn't that great? Now, Julie Vado. I've seen you before. You're filthy. Absolutely disgusting. Worse than me. 4 wide there ain't gonna happen. Then he hits him. Are you ready for this? Oh, look at the send! Oh. That's all the way up the field, by the way. All the way up the field. Garden simulator activated and self-murder as he collects Calamaro. Disgraceful. Meanwhile, we're all having a lovely time. Jono forgets what a brake pedal is. I'm guessing he's having a good time with the Guinness. At this point, I forgot I had a penalty because I was excited that they had a 5-second. So I was like, oh shit, I better get out of the way. And we end up losing 2 positions, which was fine. Like I got a wide on at a corner, so that was a bit of a send. So I sort of let him go a bit because I was trying not to be like them. George, however, thinks that a gap will magically appear and I'll just ghost. No, unfortunately, I am actually there. As the Porsche in front makes a bit of a humdinger of that corner. However, we're patient. We decided to stay out, not pit on the first lap because we were in P3. However, disadvantage on being on the hard tyres, we were not quite as quick, so we decided that we'll do an early pit stop. However, this brought us out into absolute shit show of the week and was probably not the best of ideas. I don't know why I think of things, because I honestly, we're behind Calamaro, who was murdered earlier on. Unfortunately, it's in the Ford. I think it's in the Ford. Oh, did I hit you? Was that lag? I apologise if I hit you. I will say, Calamaro, I don't think was dirty. I think he was fine. I think he was an innocent victim. As Pigsy. Oh, God. Pigsy hits in the McLaren. Unfortunately for Calamaro, he was just a little bit slow in that car. And held us up for a little bit. And when you're coming through the pack, you've just got to get the moves done. Oh. That was a bit touchy, wasn't it? Sorry, Calamaro, I'm so sorry, I didn't wait. Look at that. I would just also like to point out, this was my last race, and I mean, why would you want to race in this? Honestly. Now let's look back as other cars pit. On board with VR Rick, Ray over there, Mr. Bloody Cornflakes. Ridiculous driver, couldn't drive. I think Rick lets him go. This guy here in the Porsche, I don't know if there was lag or they had a bit of an incident there. Not a lot. This guy on the left is absolutely filthy as hell. And I do not blame Rick for letting him go. But there's nothing there that indicates why he would send him to the shadow realm of the pit lane. Other than he was about to be overtaken and he's not that quick. Oh, look at this. He's not losing control, he's deliberately pitting him into the pit lane. And that's allowed in this game. You didn't get a penalty for that, by the way. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now I'm no angel, as there he is in front. I'm shitting myself right now. Death. I can see death. I can see it right in front of us. I'm not saying I'm an angel. He dies there, look. Oh, that's terrible. But honestly, something needs to be done about deliberate murders, deliberately dirty driving. If you get hit off, 9 times out of 10, the victim gets the penalty. Look at this. Oh God, I remember this now. I probably should have lifted. I thought he was waiting for me. Was he? No, he didn't care. So he moves over to get away. But, I mean, they're touching each other now. Look, he's trying to hit him out. He's trying to block. He loses control. I come down the middle and I'm murdered. Luckily, I managed to hold on. I should have lifted. I should have known. Should have known. But, yeah, still. This was just, honestly, last race of the week. This was. And I've not done any races after. I was mentally and physically drained. If I drank, I would have drank a lot. And we're catching up with Kellogg's cornflakes here. Oh god. We're just being very, very careful. Our mate's behind us as well. Who's gonna go for an overtake but thinks better of it. I don't know how you got up to P3. I'm guessing you've not pitted. I wish that had have sent you to Narnia. I was like, how are you here? But I'm being very cautious because he's everywhere. He's not going to race cleanly. I've just got to find a gap and pray, basically. As P1 now pits. But we've probably lost so much time that it's just going to come out P1 again, probably. As we've got a run on Ray as... Oh, this is going to end in disaster, isn't it? Why are you doing this? Do you remember last time? You had an aneurysm, you remember? I get understeering it anymore. It goes better. Yeah. I'm not proud of this. But, honestly, yeah. Not good. I didn't mean to hit him. I understood. And that, it looks deliberate. But honestly, it wasn't. I should have waited, but he wouldn't have waited for me. And it's alright, because I get calmer in a minute. This guy I was in the race with previously, who had murdered me previously. So I knew for a fact I was probably going to see death. So there was no point. There we go. There was just no point in trying. Just let him go. Let him think he's the world's best driver. Like me. But he gets a penalty. So we're like, come on! I mean, you have to think about it. Do I want to overtake him? Is this worth my life? We're going down the inside though. And he lets us go because he's got plans. Big plans. Oh. There we go. There's the karma. Right on board. Yeah, he just, he was way far back when we got up to that corner, but it's what it is. Anyway, I'm behind these two. Oh, God. That he's trying to turn into me. That's not really going to work because I will murder you. That's the mind frame I was in at this point. In all seriousness, though, like I say, I'm no angel, but this, you just have to get your elbows out. And honest to God, if they killed you, they wouldn't wait for you. So if you killed someone, don't wait for them. And that's not the kind of racing that I want to do. It's not the kind of content that I want to create. But it has just gotten so bad on Gran Turismo right now that the only racing I'm really enjoying on this game is league racing. Screen to Speed, TWR, that I take part in weekly. Oh, I didn't kill him there. I lifted. I learnt! Ah, it's alright. Don't worry about it, mate. So, I mean, no shit's given. But, yeah, I wouldn't dream of driving like this in league races. But daily races, it's just kind of got to a point where that's the only way. There's, you know, I mean, some contact's okay, but... Oh, my God. You murdered him. We've got Kellogg's cornflakes behind us again. Oh. Who rams me off. And again, I got payback. Just watch this. Not even sorry. But yeah, this was my last race of the week. I'm not even sure if I'm going to do dailies next week, if I'm being honest. I've got league races and we've got manufacturers as well. I'd kind of rather take part in those kind of races where it could be a little bit more serious, the driving's a little bit more cleaner. Not so much manufacturers, but yeah. It's been a very depressing week of dailies when it could have been so much fun. And I hope that this has provided you with entertainment, because I try to see the fun side of it, but you know, laugh at it, it's funny, and it is, to be fair, sometimes. But yeah, after about 11, this is my 11th race, I was just fed up. One of these are gonna die. It's probably me that kills him. It's fine. Look, oh, he's blocking. That's nice. Yep, I've buzzed him off. There we go. It was me! Ah, it was me. That's nice. That's lovely. All for P7. Absolute scenes. I owe so much lobster. If you do need some lobster from me, send me a email at giveusthelobster, you dirty driver, at icloud.com, and I'll arrange that for you. Ah, it's over. That's how I felt. It's over. Thank God. But if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe and like, and hopefully standards will be improved soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.